my girlfriend told me that she has to speak English, learn English, because in her academy she's going to do an exam of English.
Okay.
So she asked me if we could talk in English.
Fantastic, fantastic. That's a fantastic thing. If you want, you can also invite her sometimes during the morning, during our meetings, and we can try to do a kind of test that is a simulation of the normal exam, the three of us together, because usually, you know, the speaking test is supposed to say with at least 2 or 3 students. So we can try with her if she wants. Okay. Okay, I'll let you know when we can arrange it. Did you manage to do the exercise that you were supposed to do at home?
No.
No.
Sorry.
No, you're not to be sorry. I mean, it's just you have to manage it. No problem.
The days pass and
so fast.
I can't. Yeah.
Don't tell me.
I didn't know that yesterday was Thursday.
Yeah, you didn't notice probably.
No, my mama told me, look, you got the English lesson tomorrow morning. If what?
No, there's time to go. It's not Friday yet. It is actually. It is Friday. Yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling perfectly well. Sometimes times seems so slow, and sometimes it's just going faster and faster. You don't have the time to organize yourself, to arrange everything, and it's already past. Okay, no problem. Let's go and do this. So I leave it the things that you were supposed to have, I leave it there. So when you have time, you do them all together. No problem. There's no hurry in this. And we start to see a bit today, something relaxing for you. It is reading the news of English. Okay. And we are getting into part 7 of reading and use of English. That actually is the last part. So we are getting this page that I'm taking is 82.
82. Okay.
Okay. Read quickly through the test written by a boy called Nathan to get an idea of what it is about. Then cover the test and talk to your partner about what you can both remember. In this case, just you. Okay, so read it.
For my birthday this year, my parents decided to hold a big family barbecue and invite relatives that we hadn't seen for ages and owed a visit to.
Yeah.
While I could see that it would be a good idea, and it was really nice of them to go to all that trouble, I couldn't help thinking that my party had somehow been taken over, and I wasn't getting a say in day of the party. The temperature outside was about 10 degrees lower than it should have been at the time of year, so the barbecue was off. But it didn't matter at all, because what my parents hadn't mentioned to me was that the party was in a hall in our village, and all my friends were there too. Great surprise.
Okay, so what is this text about, Riccardo?
A party?
It's about a party. Okay, so if I ask you what kind of event it was, of course you answer a birthday party. And where, without watching the text, watch here into the screen where the event was held.
Initially it was a barbecue.
No, I ask you where.
Alla fine dove è stato tenuto?
No, where was held?
In che senso? Dove?
Yes.
Eh, 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 quindi alla fine c'è dove l'hanno tenuto, perché
Yeah.
all'inizio doveva essere un barbecue.
Okay, and where was held? That means it was happening. So it's not at the end or at the beginning.
In the whole
Yeah,
of,
that's it.
okay.
Yeah, in the hall in Nathan's village.
Okay.
That's it. Okay.
Okay.
And who was there?
Nathan's relatives.
Okay.
And also his friends.
Okay, very good. And what was what the weather was like?
It was 10 degrees, oh my God. 10 degrees lower than it should be.
So was colder than they expected. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you know, this exercise is just to see and to test yourself. How do you understand when you read, and what can you remember without going up and down and looking into the text? So when you have to read a text and then make some connections, you should remember many information. And this is just to test if you are able to remember as much information as you can. Okay, no problem. Okay, now read the text in more detail. That means that you can go up and down and having another look to this text.
Okay.
Nathan mentions a lot of different feelings about the party. Which of these options what match most closely how Nathan felt about it? Okay, and as usual, you underline where he is mentioned it.
Okay. Nathan was relieved that plans for the barbecue had to be called off. Beh, non è vero.
So it's not A.
No.
Okay, so you're just canceling A. That's fine.
Yeah.
So now decide which one is A.
Nathan was hesitating over whether to suggest to his parents that his friends should come to. No. Nathan was disappointed that he didn't have any control over the party arrangements. Yeah.
Where is that is say that is expressing this feeling? So C is correct, and where is that is expressing this feeling?
And I wasn't getting a say in what it would be like.
Yes, starting even from here. I couldn't help thinking that my party had someone be taken over, and I wasn't getting a say. Yes. Yes, starting from here. I couldn't help. Very good. Fantastic. Okay, now read quickly through this text written by a girl called Sarah and get an idea of what it's about. The same. Okay.
So, our annual family beach holidays are always fantastic. Once we finally arrive, the actual preparation, though, is always a complete nightmare. I wouldn't say my parents are disorganized exactly, but they do seem to have an amazing talent for leaving everything until the last minute. A talent which I'm relieved to say I haven't inherited. Ereditato.
Yes.
And I can remember one year we had everything packed and we had to leave immediately for the airport if we were going to catch the plane. But then Dad suddenly noticed his mobile was missing. We searched everywhere, and then finally rang the number, only to hear the ringtone coming from inside his suitcase. But I'm pleased to say that after unpacking and then repacking the case, rushing to the airport by taxi, and then finally collapsing into our plane seats, we had the most wonderful family holiday ever.
Now try answering these questions without, if you can, looking back at the text. What do you learn about?
The kind of holiday Sarah's family usually have. They go to the beach.
Yeah, beach holidays, yeah. They?
The means of transport, they've used. A taxi and a plane.
A plane, yes, sure.
What Sarah's parents are like. They can't remember things.
But especially another thing that she disliked.
Disorganized.
And they leave what? Usually they leave everything to the last moment.
Okay.
Okay, until the last minutes there. Okay. And what Sarah thinks of the holiday preparations?
Che ne so che pensa questa?
No, she's expressing quite clearly what she's thinking.
Sono disorganizzate.
Yeah, so she's thinking that they are a nightmare, actually. Yeah, they are a nightmare. Yeah,
it's always a complete nightmare.
It's always a complete nightmare. Yeah. Okay. Now, this part, that is another reading and use of English, of course, you're doing it by yourself. Page 83 and 84.
Okay.
That usually you're good in it. Now, let's try to see how to write this essay. Okay. So, have you already tried an essay? I think, because this is test 2, so I suppose that you already have done test 1 for an essay. Did you?
Dove siamo?
We are at page 85.
Okay.
Okay, so what about your essay in test 1 that I didn't say it, of course. How was it? So do you know what to write in an essay, how many words, how to start, how to finish, and everything? I mean, the theory about the essay, I think you know it, even because you've done them at school as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna practice something to prepare yourself to write a very good essay, like the essay that they want in the exam. Okay, yeah. So remember always, who are you writing it for? What do you have to include? And what do you have to include in the essay usually?
Usually my point of view.
Okay.
The argument.
The topic.
Okay, the topic.
Okay. So the introduction.
Yeah.
Of the topic.
Yeah.
Then you develop the ideas, your personal comments, and the ending. Okay. How many words do you have to write?
I think 150.
From 140 to 180.
Okay.
No more, no less. Okay. Now, read through the instructions and it's very important. This is basic that you include all the points mentioned in the instructions. Do not jump any of them. Okay, read through the instruction for an exam task below. What is the general topic that you are going to write about? Read this box.
In your English class, you have been talking about protecting the environment. Now your teacher has asked you to write an essay for homework. Write your essay using all the notes and giving reasons for your point of view.
So you have to write about what?
The environment.
The environment, yes, of course. Now, look at some examples below of environmental issues that are often in the news. If you could translate the word issue used here, how would you translate it?
Issue è solamente problema.
Bravo. Okay, so let's go. Explain meaning what is the air pollution?
Air pollution is the contamination of the air from toxic gases like
Smoke,
car
coming from vehicles. Yes, very good. Okay, plastic waste.
It's the plastic waste. Can I explain it in Italian?
No.
No.
No, because I know that you know it perfectly well.
It's that we waste
What
a
is
lot
the
of plastic.
problem? The problem with plastic waste is what?
A lot of things we use are
That's it.
Are in plastic bottles or
Yes.
And after we use them, we throw away this plastic, and it's too much, and we cannot. It's not not all the plastic is riciclabile. Non mi viene in inglese. Recyclable.
Yes, we can't recycle everything, so we are just giving treats. We are causing threats to wildlife in this case.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Okay, food waste. What is food waste?
It's that we waste a lot of food, like when we go to the restaurant. Maybe we can finish our food, and that food goes in the bins, in the trash. Yeah,
in the bins, in the dustbin, in the trash. Yes, we throw. I mean, it's all the amount of food that we usually throw away without consuming.
Also at home.
Yeah, flooding.
Also the food that expires and it's not good.
Sure, because you have no time of consuming it. Yeah. Flooding.
It's when a flood goes out is bad. Si usa bad perché in italiano per esempio
the riverbed. You say the riverbed.
Okay.
So it's an overflowing. Yeah.
And it can cause damages to houses.
Yeah, all the surrounding areas. Very good. So you say air pollution, water pollution.
Water pollution is the contamination of water by the scarichi, come si dice?
Yeah, as discharge.
Okay, the discharges of
so there are actually
le fabbriche.
Yeah, factories.
Factories, ecco, giusto.
Yes, not just by factories, because actually there are any toxic substances they are entering into the water.
Yeah.
They can be by factories or even at home. So the water is becoming impossible for humans to use.
Sometimes that we hear that a ship wrecks on maybe like on the ice on in some part of the world of the ocean, and
Yeah,
the petrol
yeah.
goes in the sea
In
and
the sea, yes, yes.
it causes a lot of damages
To the
also on the
wildlife.
wildlife. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Very good. So let's get connected to wildlife conservation.
È questo.
So actually is the way we could monitoring and assisting all the different types of creatures,
Yeah.
okay, that and helping them to survive in good numbers.
Deforestazione, come si dice?
Deforestation.
Ah, proprio, ok.
You know, a lot of, yes, many words that are let's say academic, they do come from Greek and Latin. Yeah, so sometimes it's not so, but they are not used so often outside outside the academic context.
Okay. I ask
Ah,
because I'm always shy because at school, no,
yes.
usually my schoolmates that couldn't
Yeah,
talk
they
English,
invented.
yeah, is exactly so.
I know it perfectly well. But you know, sometimes it's a sort of genius work because you know sometimes you are, especially teenagers, but even children, they are using the English language, but any language is the communication, as you know, though. You know, when you are using the though when you're a child, and you are just manipulate the language, and that is, I find it fantastic, despite even if you sometimes is hilarious because you say something really out of this world, of course. But the way you are thinking that you can use the language to communicate is fantastic. So I prefer to laugh, but that you even try instead of staying silent. I really appreciate all the teenagers that try to invent. When it's too much, of course. If
Yeah.
you, yeah, if you use the the ending shown for any word just pretending that it's English, no, it's too much. But you know, sometimes they're coming out really good ideas. Okay, global warming. Hmm. What is not
The,
existing according to our to former USA president?
uh, uh, that global warming is the problem because the ices of the South Pole and North Pole are wait. Vero che abbiamo detto ieri con la mia ragazza parlando, quindi
Okay.
leaking could be used. It could be used leak to leak.
With the tongue. What do you mean by lick?
No, leak, cioè sgocciolare.
No, it's dropping.
Ok.
Dropping. Okay.
Ok. C'è no, leaking. Leaking nel
Lick,
senso sto...
you do with an ice cream. You lick an ice cream.
ok. La leaking
Yeah.
è sgocciolare normalmente, giusto?
Dropping is gocciolare.
Leaking?
E leccare.
No, sì, ma no, non leaking scritto con la I.
Ah.
Leaking.
Ah, yes,
To
yes,
leak.
yes.
Ah,
Yeah,
ok.
yeah, you could use. But actually when it's a drop, it is dropping, drop by drop.
Ok.
That's okay. Licking. Let me find out. Because each time I always have doubt. I'm never so self-confident because sometimes
Tipo perdita, quando il rubinetto perde.
actually, yes, it's much more used with gas or liquid. Yes.
Ok.
Is to when is yes, è una perdita, esatto. Non è nel because I was thinking of the ice of the il ghiaccio non è che perde.
No, si rompe.
Ecco. So water was leaking from the pipe in this case, no? From the pipe, the water is leaking. For the tap is leaking, or the oil that is leaking from the car, for example. So somewhere where it's supposed to stay inside and has got a problem, a hole, and is gradually and very, very slowly going outside. This is leaking. Okay, but of course the ice and the mountain, they are just melting and then dropping the water slowly. But actually it's not a hole. Actually, the hole that we have is in the atmosphere. That is
the ozone hole.
Yeah, the ozone. Yeah, in the ozone. So it is different leaking and dropping or melting, because actually the word with ice is melting. Okay. Okay, so what else? So that was wildlife, no, global warming. Okay, so it's the increase of temperature that they are caused by gases, actually, and they are polluting in the atmosphere. And climate change, of course, that is connected.
Yeah.
And it's the way the weather is changing.
Yeah.
Okay, good. No, that is good. So can you think of other example of environmental issue? Sorry, one moment, I take some water. I forgot my water, sorry.
No problem.
Talking about water and everything. For example, you can think of acid rain. Have you ever heard about yes. Green energy.
Yeah.
Or the poor harvest are other issue. Consequences of what we have just said. Or
allora, ecco una cosa, harvest,
yes.
Harvest è?
Il raccolto.
Il raccolto, ok, non so perché mi ricordavo che harvest è nido. Nido. Tipo il nido delle api.
No, quello è no, because there's a song.
With a song, yeah.
That I always do with my kids is the beehive. Is
hive.
Giusto. The beehive. Yeah, just to because I'm all with I got a kind of compilation in my mind with all the words, and they are connected to a song. All the words. That is a very good way. I always suggest to my student, if you like music, use it, because music helps you a lot.
I love music. So.
Yeah. So
no, because
beehive.
I was thinking about the King Harvest.
Yes, that is the king of the harvest.
A group that made Dancing in the Moonlight.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I didn't know what's the name. Yeah. No, the harvest. So one other issue is poor harvest and the necessity to consume more organic food, for example. These are important words. Organic food, you know?
Ok.
Of course
Cioè,
you know it.
inteso in che senso però?
What
Scusa.
is organic food? Let me.
Cibo,
Organic.
materia organica,
No. In Italian, how do you translate organic food?
biologico.
Bravo.
Ok.
So it doesn't exist biological food. We don't say in English, we say organic. Everything is in Italian that we call biological is organic.
Organic.
Okay, I know that it's just recalling you something completely different,
Yeah.
but it is not. Okay. Okay. Now read this essay that a boy called Ben wrote for his answer.
Okay. Young people are usually taught about protecting the environment at school, but is school really the best place to learn about it? There is no doubt that we need to learn about protecting the environment. In fact, many people think it's an essential topic to study at school. We have teachers who may be experts in areas such as climate change or wildlife conservation, so they're the perfect people to teach us the environment. Learning about the environment could also be fun. Many schools have up-to-date technology to help us, and there are hands-on experiments we can do as such as monitoring weather changes or plastic waste.
Okay, so you don't know, this is an essay of a boy. You don't know the point of the instructions he has been given to write it. Try to guess which they could be. So what kind of instruction could he have been following?
It's not the one that is written above.
You're not supposed to do it.
Sorry.
Yes, this is one. What else?
Uh,
So this is one. There are other two.
if it could be fun to talk about the environment.
So how
Learn
enjoyable is it to study? Yes, good, fantastic. And of course, the main one.
if it's useful.
Actually, yes, how important is the environment as a topic? Okay, useful, important, that's it, good. So these were the 3 points that they were asking to. Okay, that we have here, the cost of study. No, leave it here. Okay, now number 6 of following page. We're jumping a bit.
Sorry, 6.
6, yeah.
Oh.
Look at the different words and phrases that Ben uses. Yeah.
Write them in
No, we don't do it. We immediately go into the 7 and put all these sentences into their right place. Okay?
Okay.
So,
that the climate changes, the climate has changed in many areas. There's plenty of evidence to prove it. There is no doubt.
There is no doubt that the climate, yes, good, fantastic. I like also the impressive, the pronunciation, the stress that you gave it. Good, very good.
Many insects are disappearing because their habitat has changed. There are butterflies that we don't see anymore. For example.
Yes. That's a way you use, for example, at the end is quite common.
Yeah.
For example, and you close. Okay.
That we have plenty of time to save the environment, but I don't agree with them. Many people think
Yep.
we should spend more money on conservation. We also need money to help improve our environment, and maybe we can do both.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand,
Oh, yeah. On the other hand. Mm-hmm. Number 5.
I'd say that protecting the environment can feel very difficult for us as individuals. We still have to try.
Although, I'd say that although protecting and so on.
I feel that there are many things we could do. Personally,
Okay.
I'd
So
say,
these are all the words that all the phrases that you've put here around this exercise. They should be used, or at least you should remember that when you're doing your own essay, because it's very important you connect sentences and idea one with the other. When you write an essay, there's not to be just ideas, 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 but you have try to find a way to connect them all together. Okay, and all these words are perfect to do it. So this is something that you have to do for next time. This is from 140, 190. Okay, and what you have to do. In your English class, you've been talking about ways of improving the environment. Now, your English teacher has asked you to write an essay for homework. So using all the notes, don't forget any of it. So you have to, recycling waste is the best way to improve our environment. What do you think? So you have to include how easy it is to recycle waste, how useful it is to recycle waste, and then your own idea.
okay.
You send it to me if you can during this weekend. So if it's arriving to me, let's say by Sunday morning, if you can,
Okay.
I have all the time to correct it and to send you back. Usually when I correct a writing, I just highlight the mistakes and you try to correct them by yourself.
Okay.
Okay. So remember to include everything. Remember to write your own idea. Give reason for your point of view and write no less than 140, no more than 190. Okay. So now let's get into a bit more of training practice for the writing. So next time we can dedicate all our time to speak, probably.
Okay.
Or I don't know, the listening. Have you done together the listening? I don't remember. Yeah, okay. Okay, in part 2, there may be a question asking you to write a review, for example, in English language magazine, newspaper, or website. So a review is something a bit different from an essay, okay? I think that is the same thing that you have done at school, even in Italian, usually. I don't know what kind of in Italian, what kind of essay you're doing at the moment, but I think they are also divided into review, reports, and so on. So what you have to do in a review that is not an essay, give a brief description of what you are reviewing. Include your opinion, as usual. If you like, you didn't. Give a recommendation, usually, not always, but sometimes it happens in the review. Say if you think other people would like it. should try to use describing words, okay, and the same amount of word, 140, 190. Now, look at the following point that might want to include in a review. Put them into the different categories below. Some words can go in more than one category. Okay, so we have shop, music venue, and film. What do you put on the shop?
Prices.
Yes.
Staff.
Sure.
Service.
Yes.
Location.
Oh, yeah.
Also instruments.
Shop.
Beh, sei un negozio di musica.
Yes, but this is specific, of course. So anything else.
Okay. Okay.
But you can say something similar. For example, range of goods.
Range of goods.
Yeah. And even when you get into a shop, you like to have a special atmosphere. Why not? To be I mean, to push people to buy, sometimes they put, you know, in many shops, they put very high music, or if it's a perfume shop, it's very perfumed atmosphere, just to push you to buy, okay, the atmosphere, or the lights, they are different according to the items they have to sell. Okay, the atmosphere, it could be important. What about the music venue? What words?
Instruments.
Yes, of course. This is.
Music.
Oh, yeah.
Musicians.
Sure.
Sound quality.
Yeah.
Staff.
No. Location, maybe. Yeah. And even here, the atmosphere. And of course, as usually, you have the prices.
Okay.
Tickets, you know, and it could be important. Film.
Venue sarebbe tipo concerto.
Yes, it's a place where you are actually doing performances.
Okay.
Okay.
Film story.
Yes.
Sound quality.
Oh, yeah. Important.
Actors.
Mm-hmm.
Ending.
Oh, yes.
Music.
Mm-hmm.
Atmosphere.
Yes. Location.
Location.
Location. Okay. So you know that adjectives, and even when they are phrases, they usually are negative or positive in English. And sometimes they are both.
Yeah.
That means either negative or positive. It depends on the way you're using them. But most of them, you can just decide if they are negative or not. So now, decide and tell me of this number 2, which one of these words and phrases are negative, and which one, of course, which are positive, but which are either one or the other.
Original is positive.
Yeah.
Complex is both.
Complex is both, yes.
Colorful, positive.
Mm-hmm.
Fast moving is neutral, I think. Cioè, it's not both.
No,
Chi me frega se
actually,
una cosa è veloce?
no, because it's the rhythm. So if you got a good rhythm, so usually it's positive, fast moving.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, for example, there are some films that are very, very slow and you are bored. Okay. So fast moving, that means that is. Okay.
Però ci stanno pure quei film che sono troppo veloci. Cioè, dico, mia madre guarda film d'azione
So
dice
they
che
are
è
not
tutta sta
fast
roba.
moving. You have to use another adjective because they are not fast moving. They are probably you have to use a grade of the adjective and say they are too fast moving and they are not fast moving. They are hustle. They are anxious. They became different from fast moving. Fast moving, that means they have a good rhythm.
Okay.
Okay.
So positive.
So positive.
Outrageous. Negative.
Not always. It depends. It can be also.
Oltraggioso.
It's not oltraggioso, outrageous.
Io ho sempre usato così.
Mm.
Non è così, cioè che sfida, no? O mi sto sbagliando?
No, you're not, because it's shocking and morally unacceptable. But it depends how used, because it could be even when you are describing a character that is an outrageous character, is somebody in a film that is probably it's not necessarily negative. It's not like amoral, outrageous. How can I explain it to you? Let me see if I found out something. Oh, you got an horror film in your room.
Yeah, it's my chair.
Okay. Okay. Because sometimes it's also like bizarre. Mm-hmm. So when you are talking about extravagant, you know, that is, for example, I can do this example that there's a lady, an old lady, that is wearing in an outrageous style, despite her age. She's dressing in red and blue. She's put flowers on the hat. And this is outrageous, but it's not negative. When you are bizarre, you are out of the rules. Of course, the first meaning that you have.
Però sicuramente chi lo usa lo intende in modo dispregiativo.
No, perché l'esempio che ti ho appena fatto invece non è affatto dispregiativo, no? Cioè, vestirsi in un modo estremamente originale, bizzarro, essere bizzarri, essere stravaganti.
E magari lo dice uno un po', no? E dice, ma guarda quella come si è vestita, oltraggio, cioè, no.
Dipende, è bravo, ed è proprio quello che ti stavo dicendo, che può essere negativo o no, dipende. It can be either negative or positive, it depending on the context, ok? è proprio questo, perché vuol dire sia oltraggioso, offensivo, scandaloso,
Scandaloso.
vergognoso, ma anche stravagante, bizzarro o esagerato, no? Per cui dipende molto, o anche molto, nelle persone si usa molto divertente anche, eccessivamente divertente, no? È come noi nei dialetti usiamo moltissimo le espressioni forti al positivo, no? Perché nel romano poi è al top, quando vedi un amico, come stai bene, tacci tua, no? Si dice così, purtroppo, per fortuna, insomma, è il modo di dire. E queste sono parole, quando sono così eccessive, no, te lo dico perché è riportato anche nel libro, non è che è una mia opinione, se fosse una mia opinione ne potremmo discutere ore, ma non è così. E in pratica outrageous è una di quelle parole in cui te puoi effettivamente dire dipende dal contesto. Non sono molte, Questa invece negli articoli di giornale lo trovi molto spesso con un'accezione più positiva che negativa. Attualmente è una cosa abbastanza, però può capitare. Sicuramente qui nell'esercizio vedrai che te lo farà capitare prima o poi. E aver fatto questa riflessione ci sarà servito. Ok, vai avanti con negative and positive.
Friendly is positive.
Ok, sure.
Impressive is positive.
Yes.
Dramatic is negative.
No, dramatic is not
It's
negative. It's actually it's much more positive than, because it's something that is just touching you inside. That is dramatic.
Apposta, però ti fa piangere, cioè è drammatico.
No, this is in Italian, drammatico, but you don't translate dramatic with drammatico. How do you translate it? Because dramatic is not drammatico.
E come no?
No, è più che altro teatrale, plateale, istrionico, melodrammatico.
Cioè, tipo il film drammatico lo usano
No, sì, però tu dici anche it's a drama movie perché è teatrale. Non è dramma che piangi per forza. In Italia, in italiano, tu con il dramma piangi. Però se vedi la parola, penso che sia la parola originale sia greca, io non vorrei sbagliarmi perché di greco e di latino non ne capisco proprio nulla, però si usa anche ad esempio per dire qualcosa di marcato, accentuato, in a dramatic way, in un modo molto sia che è relazionato con il drama, per cui con il recitare, non con l'essere drammatici. Però ad esempio a dramatic person è una persona che è amante delle sceneggiate, uno teatrale, no? Quando dici una dramatic. La drammatizzazione che fai a scuola per imparare l'inglese non è altro che la conversazione. Io ti do una situazione, you get into a restaurant, now you are the waiter and you are the customer, you order, this is, questa viene chiamata la drammatizzazione di una cosa, ma non è che stai facendo un dramma, stai andando al ristorante e ordini dal menù, per cui non è un'accezione negativa, e tanto meno triste. Ok. E poi?
Confusing.
It's English, it is.
Usually negative. Però
confusing is negative, okay. Yes, it's negative because you don't know. Yes, it is. Yes, definitely.
Weird. Strano.
Usually it is negative.
Negative.
Yes, usually it's negative. Weird.
Helpful, positive.
Okay.
Limited, negative.
Yes.
scary negative?
Sometimes it's not. Sometimes can be both, because in a scary way that is giving you thrilling, so you like it.
Okay. Up
For
to the
example, a
minute.
scary movie. If you like scary movie, it's not negative, but anyway.
Okay. Up to the minute.
Up to the minute.
Di preciso com'è la traduzione?
You know, translate this phrasal up to the minute. Accurate, maybe.
Okay. Cioè uno preciso.
Yeah, it's more than precise, updated, aggiornato,
Okay. Aggiornato, ok.
very new.
Al passo coi tempi.
Bravo, bravissimo, ecco, grazie. recente. Una cosa, for example, yes, the up to the minute news. We always have the up to the minute news, the last, very, very last news.
Okay.
Okay.
I think positive.
Maybe à la page. You say à la page. Yes, it's positive.
Okay. Absorbing.
Mm-hmm.
Positive.
Yes.
Awful. It's negative.
Awful is negative usually.
Welcoming is positive.
Mm-hmm.
Efficient is
Efficient.
positive.
Yeah.
Fashionable, positive.
Yes.
Dull, negative.
Oh, of course.
Good value for money is positive.
Yeah.
I think.
You should.
Finito.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Very good. Okay. Let me have the book here. Okay, Riccardo. So I'm going to, let me put it here. Where are we now? This is, you know, I got so many pages open here, even for next. Okay. So now just wait for it. Send me this essay whenever you can. And if you want me, I remember you the exercise that you were supposed to go to do, but I think that you already have
Page
everything
87.
written. Yeah. Yes, then you had 83 and 84 previously. And 77 and 78.
Okay.
Okay. Trying to do them all and check if they are okay. And let's start even to check how long does it take to make, for example, an essay.
Okay.
Okay. Try to see approximately how long does it take for you.
Okay.
Okay, and let me know with all the text. Okay, Rika. I see you next time. Okay. And bye-bye. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Okay,
Bye-bye. Bye.